Have you ever thought that the way you start your morning could shape the way you age? It might sound surprising, but what you do in the first hour after waking can make the difference between merely growing older and truly thriving well into your 90s. Most people go through their mornings on autopilot, grabbing coffee, checking the news, maybe rushing through breakfast. But what if I told you that small, intentional actions during this quiet window of the day could actually help you live longer and better? In this video, you'll discover 7 simple morning habits followed by people who remain active, sharp, and independent well into their 90s, habits backed by real-life stories and solid science. And here's a little secret habit. Number 4 only takes half a minute, yet it could change your life. Let me tell you about Frank. At 66, he noticed his energy slipping, and his doctor hinted that age was catching up. But Frank didn't accept that. After attending a local health workshop, he committed to a few small changes in his morning routine. Now, at 91, he still plays tennis twice a week and volunteers at his local library. When asked what made the difference, he simply said, "My mornings, these are not complicated systems or expensive solutions. They're gentle, practical steps. Anyone can start tomorrow." So, are you ready to discover the habits that could support your mind, your body, and your independence as you age? Let's begin your healthiest years. Might just start with what you do tomorrow morning. Habit 1. Immediate hydration. Have you had water this morning? If not, something serious may already be happening inside your body. When we sleep, we lose fluids gradually. By morning, your blood becomes thicker, placing unnecessary strain on your heart and brain. That's why people who live well into their 90s don't start their mornings with the news or a cup of coffee. They reach for water immediately. According to nephrologists at Johns Bridge Longevity Center, mild overnight dehydration can speed up aging by more than 30%. Dr. Miriam Ellis, a leading specialist in kidney and vascular health, explains, during sleep, the body enters a dehydrated state that makes the blood sluggish. This forces the heart to pump harder and silently harms the small vessels in the brain and kidneys. Over time, that damage adds up and it ages you faster. Let's look at Marlene. She's 74, and not long ago, she faced chronic fatigue, brain fog, and a kidney function scare. A doctor considered dialysis. But after learning about morning hydration at a wellness seminar, she made one simple change. She began drinking a full glass of room temperature water the moment she woke up, before even sitting up in bed. 60 days later, her lab results shocked her care team. "My kidney numbers improved by over 25%. She said, "I wasn't on any new medication, just water." So here's what you can do. Before bed, place a glass of water on your nightstand. As soon as you wake up, before your feet touch the floor, drink all of it. Make this a non-negotiable part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth. Your body has been waiting hours for hydration. Why make it wait any longer? Can you start tomorrow? That small action could become one of the most powerful changes you ever make. Habit 2. Exposure to natural morning light. Are you unintentionally harming your body's internal clock every morning? If you're not getting natural light within 30 minutes of waking, you might be missing one of the most powerful longevity boosters known to science. Studies from the Global Center for Aging show that early morning sunlight significantly increases your brain's ability to produce melatonin later in the day by as much as 70%. Dr. Alan Mercer, a specialist in circadian biology, explains, morning light initiates a chain reaction of hormonal processes that shape everything from sleep patterns and digestion to mood and cognitive sharpness for the entire day. Skipping this exposure can raise your risk of age-related neurological decline by nearly 40% after 70. Let's look at Raymond. At 76, he had suffered from restless nights for over 20 years. Sleep aids, supplements, meditation, nothing made a lasting difference. Then his doctor made one simple suggestion: spend at least 10 minutes outside each morning within half an hour of waking, rain or shine. 2 weeks later, Raymond wasn't just sleeping better. He also noticed his blood pressure had dropped by 15 points. and he no longer experienced the afternoon energy crash that used to plague his days. All I did was step out onto my balcony with my coffee instead of staying in the kitchen. He said, "So what can you do? Start tomorrow. Step outside within 30 minutes of waking. Even cloudy skies offer light that's far stronger than indoor lighting. If you can't walk far, just sit near a window. And if natural light isn't available, a medically approved light therapy lamp is a great backup, though nothing beats the real thing." This small shift isn't just for better sleep, it's about resetting your entire system to age more slowly and feel more alive. Will you give your body this gift tomorrow morning? Habit 3. Gentle movement before breakfast. What you do before breakfast might decide how easily you'll move at 80. Many older adults unknowingly make the mistake of staying completely still after waking, waiting until after breakfast to move. But this period of inactivity can quietly activate inflammation that speeds up joint aging. At the Hartwell Institute for Healthy Aging, researchers found that light movement in the morning before eating can reduce joint deterioration by as much as 65%. Dr. Renee Kaplan, a geriatric specialist, explains, gentle activity before food intake triggers autophagy, a kind of cellular housekeeping that's essential for protecting joint function over time. The earlier it starts in the day, the stronger its benefits. Meet Lillian. At 69, she struggled with severe arthritis and was already planning for knee surgery. But during a wellness class, her instructor suggested she try just 7 minutes of light movement before breakfast. Nothing strenuous, just slow, circular motions. 3 months later, her joint pain had dropped so dramatically that her surgery was called off. "I honestly thought I was done being active," Lillian said. "Now I walk daily and even garden again." It all started with a few slow stretches each morning. So what should you do? After your morning water, but before your first bite or sip of coffee, spend 5 to 10 minutes doing gentle motions. Move your ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders in small circles. Sway side to side. Reach down gently or stretch upward if you're able. The goal is to gently wake your joints and tissues. Feel how stiff your body is when you first get up. That's your body asking for attention. Don't ignore it. This tiny window in the morning holds powerful potential for joint longevity. Will you take a few quiet minutes tomorrow to invest in how you'll move 10 or 20 years from now? Habit 4. The 30-second breathing practice. There's one daily practice almost every 90-plus-year-old shares, and it only takes 30 seconds. Yet, most people never even think about it. Breathing. Not just any breathing, but intentional morning breathing. It might sound too simple, but the way you breathe first thing in the morning shapes your stress response, your energy levels, and even your aging process for the entire day. In longevity studies across mountain villages in northern Greece, researchers discovered that elders who practiced slow, focused breathing each morning showed up to 48% less cellular stress than those who didn't. Dr. Eliana Costa, a neurobiology researcher, explains, this type of breathwork seems to calm the nervous system by activating the vagus nerve. It sends a message to the body, you're safe. You're not in survival mode. That's when healing and longevity begin. One local farmer named Nikos, now 95, said, "I breathe every morning before I speak or eat. If I skip it, I feel it by mid-morning my body is tense. My mind is cloudy." You can do what Nikos does starting tomorrow. Right after your morning water, and ideally while exposed to natural light, try the 4 to 7 -8 breathing technique. Here's how. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold that breath for 7 seconds. Then exhale fully through your mouth for 8 seconds, making a soft whooshing sound. Repeat this cycle 3 to 4 times. That's it. Just 30 seconds. This simple pattern has been shown to reduce blood pressure, calm inflammation, and stabilize stress hormones. Will you give it a try tomorrow morning? Just half a minute, no equipment, no cost, and possibly the most powerful return on investment for your long-term health. As you sit here reading this, are you breathing deeply? Most of us aren't. We breathe shallowly, using just a fraction of our lungs. What if your path to better aging begins not with pills or programs, but with a single, mindful breath? Habit 5. Protein and fiber-rich breakfast. Is your breakfast helping you thrive into your 90s or slowly working against you? Many people don't realize that the first meal of the day sets the tone for how your body ages. Across long-living communities, one pattern stands out. Their breakfasts are rich in protein and fiber, and they avoid processed carbs completely. Dr. Helena Brooks, a nutrition researcher at the Healthy Aging Institute, shares, your breakfast programs your metabolism for the next 12 hours. Meals with sufficient protein and fiber trigger cellular repair, reduce internal inflammation, and improve insulin sensitivity. Let's take the example of Daniel, a 71-year-old retired carpenter from Oregon. Though he maintained a healthy weight, Daniel's blood work revealed early markers of inflammation and blood sugar imbalance. Instead of rushing to medication, his doctor suggested starting with breakfast. Daniel replaced his usual toast and fruit juice with scrambled eggs, sautéed spinach, chia seeds, and a few almonds. Within 4 months, his inflammatory markers dropped by 40%. I didn't change my whole life, he said, just breakfast. And my energy came back. Here's how you can do it. Start your day with at least 25 grams of protein like eggs, Greek yogurt, or tofu, and include fiber-rich foods like oats, berries, or flax seeds. Add a healthy fat source such as avocado or walnuts. But the key, skip refined carbs like white bread, cereal, or sugary drinks before 10 in the morning. This isn't about adding more to your plate. It's about switching what's already there. You're already eating breakfast now. Make it a tool for longevity. What will be on your plate tomorrow morning? This tiny decision could ripple across the next 10, 20, or even 30 years of your life. Habit 6. Morning social connection. There's one daily ritual that's more powerful than any supplement or fitness routine when it comes to living a long and meaningful life: social connection. And what's even more surprising, when you connect matters just as much as who you connect with. A landmark study from Stanford followed adults over 4 decades and found that those who engaged in meaningful interaction before 10 in the morning had a 29% lower risk of dying from any cause. Morning connection appears to set a cascade of beneficial brain and body chemicals that protect your heart, immune system, and emotional well-being all day long. Let me tell you about Helen, an 88-year-old retired school teacher in Vermont. For the past 20 years, she's kept the same routine. She calls her sister or a friend each morning while sipping her tea. If I start my day with a real conversation, she says, everything else flows better. When doctors reviewed her health markers, including inflammation and heart rate variability, they were stunned to find levels similar to women decades younger. Researchers now believe that morning connection acts like a biological signal telling your nervous system it's safe, supported, and emotionally regulated. That early signal of belonging may be one of the most overlooked tools for longevity. Here are 3 simple ways to implement this habit tomorrow. Call someone you care about, even if it's just for 3 minutes. Greet someone at home with genuine presence instead of rushing by. Meet a neighbor once a week for a morning chat, or even say hello to a barista with eye contact and warmth. You don't need a deep conversation or hours of time. You just need to signal your brain that you're not alone. That's all it takes to activate this powerful health trigger. So, who will you connect with tomorrow morning? Your body isn't just craving vitamins or protein, it's also longing for that simple human moment that says, you matter. You're not alone. Habit 7. Directed gratitude practice. There's one mental habit that nearly every person living into their 90s shares, and it's not meditation, prayer, or journaling. It's intentional gratitude, done in a very specific way. This isn't the vague, just be thankful advice you've heard before. According to neuroscientists at Stanford, practicing directed gratitude within the first hour of waking triggers measurable changes in the aging brain, including reduced cortisol and improved emotional regulation. Dr. Evelyn Marks, an expert in aging and brain plasticity, explains, we've tracked long-term brain scans in seniors who start their day with targeted gratitude, Their prefrontal cortex lights up like someone 20 years younger. They think more clearly, respond to stress better, and even report lower pain levels. And yes, the timing makes a huge difference. Practicing gratitude in the morning sets a hormonal tone for your entire day. Let me share Rosa's story. At 76, she was dealing with chronic high blood pressure and emotional burnout. Her doctor kept adjusting medications, but results were inconsistent. Then, after hearing a lecture on aging and mindset, Rosa began a simple morning practice. Every day, right after waking, she placed her hand over her heart and quietly gave thanks for 3 specific things her body could still do. 3 months later, her blood pressure had stabilized. Her sleep improved, and more than anything, she said, "I felt like I had made peace with my body again." So what exactly did she do? Here's a 2-minute practice you can try tomorrow. After your breathing routine, sit comfortably and place your hand over your chest. Say aloud or silently, "I'm grateful for my," because it still lets me. Fill in 3 parts of your body and why they matter: your hands, your eyes, your back, your lungs. Be specific. This kind of body-focused gratitude creates a calming response in your nervous system. It lowers inflammation, it boosts immune function, and over time, it literally helps rewire your brain for longevity. You don't need equipment. You don't need money. Just 2 minutes and a little willingness to notice what still works in you. So will you thank your body tomorrow morning? Because how you think about your body shapes how it ages. Now that you've learned the 7 morning habits linked to longer life, the next step is up to you. These aren't just interesting ideas, they're simple actions that can reshape your health after 60 and give you a real chance to reach your 90s with strength, clarity, and joy. You don't have to do them all today. Just start. Even choosing 2 or 3 can spark a powerful shift in your body and mindset. Take Lawrence. For example, at 64, he felt tired, stiff, and disconnected from his health. But after hearing about these habits, he began with just water and morning light. That small step changed everything. Over time, he added movement, breathing, and a better breakfast. Now at 91, he walks every day and teaches Tai Chi at his community center. His secret: he stopped waiting for the perfect time and just started. That first hour of your morning holds more power than most people realize. It sets the rhythm for your body and your brain. Ignore it, and you're coasting. Respect it, and you're rewriting your future. So, what will your mornings look like starting tomorrow? These habits aren't luxuries. They're lifelines. They cost almost nothing, but the return is priceless. Which one will you begin with? A glass of water, a few deep breaths, a moment of sunlight. Your future self is waiting for the decision you make today. And if this message resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more health tools designed for thriving in your later years. Leave a comment below. What morning habit are you already doing? Or which one will you try first? Share this video with a friend or loved one who might need a gentle nudge toward a better tomorrow. Sometimes, a new beginning starts with a single morning,